Season 10, Episode 11, World Enough in Time.
A huge spaceship trapped in the gravity well of a black hole, teeming with impossible life forms, harbors one of the Doctor's most feared enemies, Mondasian Cybermen.
I'm your host. Wait.
Oh,
I'm your host, Molly Southgate, and with me is
Martha Southgate.
and
Rob Southgate.
Bill.
You guys! Okay, wait.
There is so much to
Wait.
talk
My special Bill.
They're trying to kill me.
What?
The show is trying to kill me.
First of all, I want to
honestly,
say
yes.
easily one of the best episodes of all time.
Yeah.
Oh
This
my!
was incredible. It was, and how I didn't
Of all
see-
time?
Yes, it really.
Yeah. I
it,
could
because
see
it
that.
was
So
scary.
It
It was
was.
weird.
And throwback.
It had the throwback. It had the twist, and even now, just reflecting on it.
I cry.
But
Oh my gosh.
How did I not think that might be the Master? Because he was jokey. He was like the Master.
Yeah, I
and I
noticed
thought, man,
that he
this
was-
character's a lot of personality in that.
Mhm.
I mean, why would you think that? But now, if you watch it the second time, you'd be like, he's so clearly.
I love that they had the actor too.
Oh yeah,
I thought that was great.
this
Bill
was a
was-
fabulous episode.
Oh my! My head is spinning. I can't
Bill was
even.
the first Cyberman.
When she said to him, "I waited." Oh,
And then I was getting my Amy Pond feels
Oh,
too, and I was
yes.
like, you're the girl who.
and so was he. He was just sitting there, like, I failed again. I failed her,
Oh my god.
just like he
How-
failed Amelia, little Amelia.
The last few episodes we've been talking about how much we love Bill and how we're sad that we don't think she's going to be in the next season. Unless they do something very tricky here,
Hmm.
Bill's a Cyberman.
How do you reverse someone from
Well,
being a Cyberman?
okay, so
After
they
years of whatever they were doing to her,
they went into and they looked at their eye.
she was still in there.
She was still in there, and it saw like she was
You saw the
crying,
tear.
and you saw like her face and her eye.
Yeah, but
Right, but the rest of her is machine.
yeah, it's like what they did to Danny Pink. He couldn't save Danny Pink.
Oh yeah, and it was just his face.
Right.
Mm.
She couldn't even really talk. She could only say those few words. I waited. Because she doesn't have a mouth and voice box and all that. She's talking through a machine like those guys that were laying there.
And she's
Or that we're sitting in the
this
chair.
is
Yeah.
the third time we've seen her sacrifice herself, because when that guy came in onto onto the TARDIS, and because the TARDIS was on the ship,
Yeah.
and then and the ship was going away from a black hole. Remember, right? Like, so that was the beginning. So he came on board. And
And he's going, who's the human? Who's the human?
and she said again, like, this is her.
And the doctor came out,
her
and he was
third
like,
time.
and he thought the doctor was a human, so he was pointing his gun at him. He's like, "Are you the human?" Like about to shoot him.
Right.
And the doctor would have just regenerated.
But you're right. She
sacrificed herself
She
again.
said, I'm the human. Leave them alone.
This is like the third time this
Oh.
season.
Oh, and how horrible. Whatever you do, don't get me killed. Well, I can't promise that. Oh my gosh.
Well, he didn't kill her. She didn't die.
He's going to have to kill her. He's not going to let her live her life out as a Cyberman.
Oh
No
yeah,
way.
because he knows that she has the consciousness.
Yeah, it's horrifying. This is a
It's like the worst.
horrifying
It
situation.
could not be a worse outcome for him.
Right.
And
for
after
any of that
losing
for
Claire-
Bill-
No, but for the doctor, like, he thought that her dying was going to be the worst thing that would have ever happened to him. You know, like,
It's
in
almost
terms
like-
of that
Yeah.
on that ship. And then they saved her and turned her into a cyber. Now he's like, yeah, no, there's nothing that could have been worse than turning her into a Cyberman.
So, from the Master standpoint,
Mm-hmm.
what the heck happens now? Because you've got the Master from the past saying he's not going to forgive you for what you've done.
Master from the past.
Yeah, which clearly we know what he did. Missy, when she came back in with the Master, was
Siding with him.
she was evil.
Yeah.
She was
Well,
on
he
his
said that
side.
he was worried about their future because he's like, you're not gonna. He didn't like her going good. It's
Yeah.
at least it
And
appeared that way.
Missy Missy and the Doctor have had some really interesting chemistry in this
Yes.
season. And I kept saying he's in love with her. Like I think
He
I said that
explained it
one or
pretty
two
well
episodes
Yeah.
ago.
tonight.
But this really brought it home. But he said, and he even said at one point she was physically in the form of a man, and he said I had a man crush on her.
And I think I was a man then. I'm not sure.
Yeah, but it's he does have feelings for her,
Right.
that are not
Yeah.
platonic.
Right.
And he wants her to be good.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
what does plutonic mean again?
Platonic, it means non-sexual, non-romantic
Oh.
feelings. But I kept thinking that. I was like, they have this chemistry
Right.
this season.
And why is he trying so hard to redeem Missy?
Right.
I thought it was from a writing standpoint, like, let's redeem Missy and have this interesting character. No.
Well,
He's taking his childhood, his best friend, who he was supposed to explore time
the
and
whole
space
world
with.
And he
with.
said, but she would just keep burning.
Yeah. And he thought he was getting her closer until he meets, because this iteration of the Master is the worst.
Think about how many times I think it was last season, where he would say things like, "Am I good?"
Yeah.
So you also have that element of it where he's still questioning,
Right.
can a Time Lord be good?
Right.
Am I
Yeah.
actually good? If he can make her good.
Right. It goes a long way.
And she was good at the beginning of this, but the Master said something when they were alone
But
Yeah.
flipped.
she wasn't. She was just playing good really well. You know,
She
like
was playing
she
it,
just.
but I think that
She wasn't even playing it really well,
trying,
too.
because
You're right.
when the Master said to her, when he was asking her about this, and she was getting kind of freaked out because it was like, wait a minute, I didn't do this. Wait a minute, this isn't what's happening. I think that she was crossing over, but as soon as he explained, you created the first Cyberman.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I did, and it became you. There is no way you're redeeming from this. He's about to find Bill.
Yeah.
That,
Yeah.
my gosh, was it devastating.
You also have the long-haired guy from the ship that Bill,
That was the Master. Mom.
the
Yeah.
Master.
Right. Yeah.
But you have him. The whole time I kept thinking, why is he protecting her?
Right, why is he
Yeah.
being...
And now you know why.
Now you know
Because
exactly
he was
what doing.
luring them.
Mhm.
He was luring them to her.
Yeah, because he said it took me a while to figure out who it was on the videotape,
Yeah.
but then I realized.
I would love to go back and watch this one at some point to see if there are any other tells for the Master. I have a feeling there are. That was, oh my gosh, I can't even process this
Mm-hmm.
properly because it was so out of nowhere. And I called it that they were Cybermen. I didn't see it when they were sitting there. I didn't hear it when they were saying, I'm in pain or whatever. It wasn't until they were in that room and I saw the way the eye shape was, and I was like, wait a minute.
You had the metal. The metal helmet.
The guy had the metal helmet, but it was an
Yeah.
eye shape. And I went, if you look at the ones from the 60s, remember I mentioned I had a Cyberman toy?
Yeah.
That's what the toy kind of had.
Because you were in the 60s?
No, but I did have I had a little action figure that was a Cyberman, which is really, I don't know why. It wasn't like Doctor Who was popular here or anything, but my dad did, he went to hobby shops and that. I'm sure I got it. It was like, oh, look at this cool robot.
Right.
Yeah.
So crazy. That, and I think I had the creature from last week. The one that...
Yeah, I remember he said that last week, too.
The more I've thought about it, I'm like, I'm almost positive I had that guy, too, because I used to...
The
I
week
used to
before
pretend-
last week.
I used to pretend he was a human version of Godzilla. Like, he was Godzilla. Like,
Well, that's
he was
pretty awesome.
that same species. I didn't know it was a Doctor Who character. So when I played with them, that's what he was. I was trying to remember. I'm like, oh, yeah, because I had all those Japanese toys, too. So... oh my gosh, I'm so blown away by this.
I couldn't even quite tell that it was a Cyberman. I saw it for a second and I'm like, oh, maybe, because I wasn't quite sure, though.
Yeah. When Bill
I
came
was
out,
thinking-
though.
Well, then I saw the guy held up the headpiece.
Yeah. When he held
The
up the
thing,
headpiece,
and he
he
went,
said, this
oh,
is
we've
the
developed this.
upgrade.
And he said, so they don't feel any more pain.
Which is exactly what the Cybermen, they always say. It's time to upgrade. And when they showed Bill standing in that thing, those like fireman boots, that's what the old Cybermen used to wear.
Yeah. Also,
this
as
was
that
nuts.
actress, though, wouldn't that be so awesome to wear the Cyberman suit?
Not when your character's now pretty much dead.
It would be really terrible and sad
that
for
was
you.
so
But I'm saying
sad.
that
I loved Bill so much.
I know, I loved her.
she was she was possibly one of my top companions.
I
Yeah.
hope that she does the Comic-Con route.
Oh,
Yeah.
Because I would
I do
really
too.
love to meet her.
I feel like she'd be awesome in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too.
Um,
I'm so devastated.
Okay, let's talk about some of the dialogue. Missy once again slayed.
Yeah.
With her, like,
Great dialogue.
they give her the best lines
It's like, I'm
every
saving
time.
us minutes! And
Yeah.
how she
Oh my
delivered
gosh.
it.
I'm Doctor Who.
Okay.
That's his real name.
That was funny. And then they're like, no, it's not. And she goes, no, that's what he called
And
himself.
then he goes, I'm
And
Doctor
then
Who.
he's
He goes,
like-
I like it.
He's like, I like that.
I like it.
Yeah.
Oh my
So that's
She said
really
that's what
funny.
he called himself, then he thought it was like kind of dorky, so he changed it to just Doctor.
Yeah, well, it's funny. I mean, it's not Doctor Who. That's not his real name.
Right.
But it is really funny that Missy said the whole thing. He says, I'm the Doctor. They say Doctor Who. I just cut to the chase.
Right.
I'm Doctor Who. I love that, though. When she came out of the TARDIS, I'm Doctor Who. And these are my...
Thing one.
Thing
She
one
went,
and that guy or whatever.
And now she went here, and these are my it was like petty accomplices.
Yeah.
Thing one and the other one,
Mhm.
I'm Nardole. Yeah.
and he's
It's
like Bill and Nardole.
Nardole.
I love when Nardole goes, oh, you're blue. I should be blue again.
Yeah.
That was great.
Is it just me, or wasn't there an episode when there was a guy like him that was blue, and they were on a spaceship, and he's like, and he kept saying that Nardole was being bluest. He's like, no, I have several friends that are blue.
Yeah,
That's blue.
that was one of them. I don't remember which one, but yeah.
And he's like, oh, if only someone who wasn't blue would say that.
Right. Yeah, man, this didn't go where I thought it was. Usually when we talk about it, we have a lot to talk about from the front end and kind of talk our way through.
We're just in
But
shock.
It almost became, it was such a good episode, but it was almost irrelevant, like how it was playing out. The black hole stuff was excellent. It's moving faster at the bottom of the ship than at the top of the ship. They were right at the black hole. Like all that was excellent. But it was that reveal. And then Bill, I mean, I am devastated.
Yeah.
Well, we got to see what they do in the next episode, too.
Yeah, should we move on?
And
or
they
do you have
started
more?
showing him regenerating.
Oh, that's right. At the very beginning,
Yeah.
he came out of the TARDIS and his hand, he started regenerating. He goes, "No."
So I think that was like a spoiler for,
Yeah,
or
well,
like a preview of,
there's the next episode, which is the last of the season, and then the Christmas episode.
which I believe they said that those are called episode 0 of,
Right. It's supposed to be 0 of 11,
yeah.
but she doesn't make an appearance until episode 1 of 11.
Yeah.
So, and if I
So
remember
we'll
right,
have the doctor
we
till,
might have multiple doctors in 0.
well, no spoilers.
No, but if I remember right,
That would be awesome.
there's a certain one that I'm really waiting for if they're
Matt
in
Smith?
this one. No, I'm not saying.
Oh,
I'm not saying. But I had no clue about any of this.
Yeah.
I had no clue there were
I-
Cybermen. I had no clue
I
about
thought,
the Master.
I was so spoiler free, I honestly believed that Bill would be with, with
with the new Doctor.
yeah, I can't remember what
I
her
don't know
name is,
how
but
they're going to be able to save her, but I can't imagine her not being on it next season.
Yeah.
That's so
Oh.
sad.
I think he's going to have to kill her.
Oh
I
my
think he's going to
gosh.
have to kill her.
I think that would be one
to
of
put
the
her out of her
hardest.
misery.
I think that would be the hardest one for him.
Oh my gosh.
The
This
hardest
next episode is
companion
going to be
loss.
brutal.
Yeah.
Because like Rose, he did something to make her happy. Amelia, it was just they got transported to another time,
Right.
and they were happy together.
I mean, there have been tragic endings.
But I mean, he's never had to kill one.
But how
For
does he
her
get
own
around it
good.
without killing her? Without putting her a mercy killing to get her
I
out of her
don't
misery.
know. And this was Stephen Moffat's last episode.
Was it? Who wrote the last episode? The next two?
I don't know.
Wonder if it's Mark Gatiss.
I could
But
see him wanting to go out with a bang.
This was
Well, I
spectacular.
love how they've been throwing back.
Yeah.
Each
Yeah.
episode, they've been throwing back
Well,
to
that's
the
kind of his
originals.
character too.
Yeah. And he looks like a homeless man. I would just like to point out.
I think he looks
his-
nice.
His jacket, it's all
tattered
frayed on
jacket,
the edges.
which is interesting. If you think about it, it wasn't when he was on the ship.
Mhm.
It was when he was regenerating. And we saw that in, what was it, the last episode? And we kept saying, why is his jacket all tattered?
Well,
So did that happen in a different time stream where he starts regenerating?
Mm-hmm.
I am so confused by what
I'm
you just
completely
said.
confused. Well,
Are you confused by yourself?
I am. So we'll find out.
Yes, I think we should go right now and
Do you
move
have other
on.
thoughts, Mark?
Because I gotta see this next one.
Yeah, I think this is the last one he did, but maybe I'm wrong.
Well, we can correct it in the next episode.
But
Yeah.
there's a lot of people who don't like him.
Capaldi?
No, Moffat.
Oh, right.
And to me, though, he's written some of
He's
my
written
favorite
great
episodes.
Yes.
Same.
I don't think there's anyone that I think is terrible. It's like I was talking to somebody who said they don't like Chibnall. And I'm like, I love the Chibnall episodes.
Mhm.
So I'm looking forward to him taking over.
Yeah.
You know what? People get too obsessed about that stuff. This was an amazing episode. Yes, he relies on a few tropes. He actually made fun of it. One of the tropes that people don't like about Moffat is that he uses the term Doctor Who.
Mhm.
He uses that too much. Here, he completely meted it and flipped
Yeah.
it. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember. Did he write that one Matt Smith episode when they kept talking? They kept calling him Doctor Who, and
I'm
like,
sure.
Probably.
yeah, I remember there was one. It was hilarious. It was a really good episode.
Yeah.
It was all
So,
creepy too.
You know, I'm not sad to see him go only because I always like to see where things go.
Mhm.
But I'm sad to see him go. This was amazing.
Yeah.
I'm
This
sad
is
to
in my
see
top episodes.
him and Bill go.
Bill, oh.
Bill. Oh.
Oh my god.
As soon as the first 5 minutes of the episode, the bullet goes through her chest and she's got this hole, and I was like, oh,
Mhm.
Bill,
Yep.
Bill, no.
Yeah, the only time I've seen a hole like that is on X-Files. Remember when Lily Tomlin got shot through
Yes.
this?
She had the big hole.
And she had her nightgown on, and then she revealed
Yep.
that she... Oh, you haven't seen it yet? Well,
Don't
sorry.
spoil.
Spoiler!
Too late.
You're as bad as Dad with all your spoilers.
Okay.
All right.
I'm ending this one because I'm dying.
Yeah, we gotta
dying
get to the
see
next
what
one.
happens. So, you can follow us on Twitter at cuckoo4who. Find us on Facebook. Get in conversation with us. We are about caught up, and we will be doing weekly season 11. So, get ready. And there's going to be a bonus episode here coming up next week because we're doing a live event at the Blue Box Cafe, the Dr. Who Cafe in Elgin.
Doctor Who Night.
This Saturday, yeah. It's Doctor Who night. And we're going to have 2 hours of Doctor Who fun going on. So you'll get a bonus episode in here too, which we will definitely post to.
Yes.
All right, and you can send us an email at southgatemediagroup@gmail.com. That is it.
Until next time. And home, say